I have never played Maize before. I assume it involves corn. But other than that, I know nothing about it. I hope it uses a controller because I have one set up. If it doesn't, I guess I can swap it to mouse and keyboard. We'll find out when we get to it. Don't even know what kind of game it is. Let's discover it. See if I can put it in full screen here. Can I at least do that? Can I do true full screen? I can. Quite the banner on the Steam page, right? Gamepad. Okay, it does work. Screen, quality, audio. This all looks fine. New game. It's a pretty sweet logo. Yeah, right? Matt. Hit the intermission button, but assume it's gonna load in a second. Maybe it's like one of those giant open world, like Breath of the Wild style games. At 4 hours long. It's like a matzah, right? Unleavened bread, Passover. I smelled suspense. Not to my recollection, no. Hey! Oh, but I have no game audio, which is unfortunate. I was assuming there's supposed to be audio there. It looks like it's a thing that's happening. Wait, no, okay, I'm glad I didn't restart it. It was supposed to be quiet. Hey, it's corn people. Got that depth of field effect. Always got to turn around, right? We're gonna run into Jonathan Davis. Part of the game is pretty quiet, but I'll crank it a bit just in case. So far, I'm thinking walking simulator. Which is fine, I really like that genre. Alright, maybe I've got stuff to do. Open door panel. Okay, got it. So maybe there's some puzzles. DNA, fingerprints, another thing. I like corn products. Pressing Q does absolutely nothing. Yeah, that's true. I don't know what that's supposed to map to on the gamepad, but... No drop frames here. Ooh. An English muffin. Hey, corn guys. You did a great job picking up that item. A new path is open to you. Wonderful. Items you can use will be added to your inventory. Story items will be added to your folio. Welcome note. English muffin, hard as granite. Muffin is most definitely nowhere near fit for consumption, despite how much you try. Dennis giving yourself a headache. Welcome note. Lazily scribbled, includes a stock reading, and encourages the reader to enjoy the complimentary snack on the desk. Notes the reader to mind the boxes and also say open the big door and will probably say hello. I assume that that's the same. Okay. I'm having to convert the mouse and keyboard control instructions to gamepad. Survival horror corn game, there you go. Hey, boxes. Mega oranges. I can wield the muffin. Good. Oh, there's a run button. Yep. That's the Y button. The corn people block paths you're not supposed to take with boxes. So we're probably gonna need a key to get in there, right? Keep going through there. Don't think I'm meant to be able to go into the cellar just yet. Hey, Dead Pet, thanks for the follow. Open the chicken coop door. There's a key. I think instead of scroll wheel I use... yeah. Right and left bumper. Oh, they give me a little ding. I don't have a flashlight, though. Statue invoice. Invoice for a commissioned wooden statue. Cost is in the hundreds of thousands. Items on the list include chopping down a large oak tree, carved statue out of oak tree, hospital bills for injuries sustained chopping down oak tree. I do like dopamine dings. A really boring mystery novel. I like the tone that the music is setting. It's a little bit more whimsical than horror. Night Danger, a Mick Murphy mystery. It's like, so far it's like Paul W.S. Anderson. Or wait, no. Wes Anderson. Paul W.S. Anderson is something completely different. Like Wes Anderson horror. Having no talent with the genre, the author mistakenly revealed the murderer's identity on the first page and spent the rest of the novel outlining a story about the detective buying a pair of pants. Rancid corn oil. You know, I recently learned that most Americans are just used to eating rancid vegetable oil, that we don't really know what it tastes like. And then it goes rancid pretty fast. People just kind of leave their vegetable oil next to the stove and don't throw it out. What can I do with this thing? Let me look at all the stuff I just got. Nail clippers. Vigilant as you are when it comes to personal hygiene, the only two things these clippers will do for you are grip something lodged in a wall and give you a 100% tetanus guarantee. That's it. Okay. Bathtub plug fits perfectly into the bathroom sink on the first floor of the farmhouse. It's also a talking plug, but due to a bad case of laryngitis, you will never know that. Nice. Okay, so it's like a puzzle game. That's fun. This crate was specifically used to hold a large number of pine cones in order to start a collection. Like, sort of like a puzzle adventure game. You gotta find which key to use. Identify the keyhole and the key. Right? Smell is strong enough to overcome a hurt yak, so you could use it to loosen something you need to remove. An image of a gloved hand pops into your head, leading directly to you walking straight into a wall. The sink is now plugged. Okay. Poured rancid corn oil in the sink. The smell is worse than imagined. Okay, so someone's gonna have to go in the sink full of rancid corn oil. Sausage grinder. Something is jammed inside. Yeah, so I'm thinking adventure game is probably the closest. See to crouch and see again to not crouch. You can do this forever. Unlock secret door, making it much less secret. Whoa! That's cool. Picture. Fuse box. It's missing a fuse. I open this from below. Shortcut. Nice. It seems like in the same vein as something like Monkey Island, right? Maniac Mansion. Adventure games are all about, from a development perspective, finding clever ways to associate a key and a keyhole. And for the player, discovering that developer intention. Like, oh, weird, I have to use the pliers with the rubber duck. Bobby pin. It's amazing. There have been far fewer corn puns than I was expecting coming into this. I guess we already went through them in Discord, didn't we? The crate on the floor. Not sure to what end just yet, but it's a thing that I did. Wobbly wardrobe. So once I place it, I can't remove it, so it's likely where I'm supposed to put that. It's a cornucopia of corn bones. I don't know, I perceive this as pretty whimsical so far. All the item descriptions are very silly. It's corn people, but they're not like horror stings associated with them. Maybe something like Psychonauts. Or like a Tim Burton movie. Hey, Six Gun. How you doing? I'm guessing that shed that had the 3 things I needed to put in, my guess is that that's the final objective of the game. No matter how many times you press it, Q still does nothing. It's here. Mediocre rock. For rock? Oh, interesting. It's not a carryable puzzle item. Rusty nail jammed in a wall. Pull the rusty nail out with the nail clippers. Nice. Yeah. This is a rock you found in your outhouse. You don't know why you have it. It is absolutely mediocre in every way possible. Its name is Chauncey. Probably gives you an achievement for mashing Q. I wish I knew what gamepad button Q maps to, because I'd keep pressing it. I wonder if Ludifex has played this game. This is kind of his wheelhouse. I don't have a fuse. Although, a fuse box missing a fuse, like, I feel like it's almost tradition in this genre to, what do we got here? It's almost tradition in this genre to, like, never have the obvious thing be what you need to get into something. Don't ever use a fuse with a fuse box, right? Rusty nail, bobby pin, none of these work. The sausage grinder. None of those make sense, but you never know. I think I'm done in the house. There's probably more I have to backtrack for out in the corn maze. Yeah, I didn't spam everything. Sometimes, like, you use the item you literally expect to use. Like, we use the farmhouse key to get into the farmhouse. Surprise. But, oh, it totally did. Use a rusty nail as a fuse against safety regulations. It is slightly less dark than it was before. Yeah, I think the game this, like, director I can closely compare this, most closely compare this to is probably, Tim Burton. It's a radio. CD player. Picked up a CD. Good for you. A new path has opened you to the barn and silo. Okay. Which means the corn people showed up and moved that around. Presumably. Making sure there's nothing interesting upstairs. I don't think there is. Oh, we just started this playthrough, so who knows? Should see what this item is. An old CD is label faded. Pressed on the first batch of CDs ever created, this brand was notoriously expensive and even more unreliable, making even the greatest symphonies sound like something a concussed elephant would make while stumbling around a music shop. Dolores Corn. If you're stuck, remember to press E to examine your equipped item for clues. Great kidney cure. I do like how good this game is at highlighting relevant objects. An issue I often have with this genre is the pixel hunt problem. Book titled Corn of the World. Book outlining the differences and similarities of corn species across the globe. Several chapters also discuss the color yellow. A few species are circled in red pen, while No, No, No appears in many places across the entire book in blue pen. Makes sense. It's broom. That is a scarecrow hand. One half of a diagram. Diagram torn in half. It's a Vitruvian corn man. Complicated looking equation scribbled in orange pen, a drawing of a person, and a DNA helix. Looks important. You tried to eat it, but changed your mind when you couldn't find any salt. This is Maize. It is a adventure game. Pretty cute so far. So I'd call it a streamlined adventure game. See what's around the barn. Ostensibly, it's a video game. Okay. And a tractor. That seems good. Okay, need progress to get the corn people to move those boxes out of the way. Don't yet know the significance of there's a color associated with the different items in my inventory. Likely means something. The trope I enjoy in this genre is when there's an item that you get at the very beginning of the game that does nothing until the very end. So it'd be cool if you just hold on to the English muffin until near the end of the game. Padlock. A bobby pin. Hey. That's what I thought I'd be using a bobby pin for. Corn silo. Old telescope. Okay, folio. Let's just say, am I carrying that thing around? Manufactured a century ago, this telescope's effective range is the tops of low-hanging trees, possibly because its lenses are put on backwards. It was used frequently with varying results. Tattered blueprint. It's hard to make out. This blueprint looks like it's for the construction of a very large, poorly planned facility with a farm situated on top of it. The facility itself actually set an architectural record for having the largest number of corridors that lead absolutely nowhere. Sounds about right. Pile of corn kernels. Ooh, cleared the pile of corn kernels with the broom. I got needle-nose pliers, which I should be able to use to get the thing out of the sausage grinder. So far, none of the item uses have been terribly obtuse. I feel that that's a big challenge of designing this sort of game. Like, the more obtuse your item association, the more rewarding it is if a player actually figures out what you want them to do. Stop pressing Q. Oh, what's up, dude? Gloved severed hand. Gloved severed hand. Very fashionable fedora. Fashionable fedora worn by a very fashionable person. Due to this, you're not putting it on your head, as you have not earned the right. On the inner tag, the owner wrote this name, Fernando. Name tag. Took you several hours of staring, but you managed to deduce the name tag in fact belongs to the dead person who was near, and that his name is Fernando. Took you several more hours to notice the dead person was a lab assistant, and 5 more minutes to realize you were trying to read the thing upside down the whole time. Gotcha. What's the description on this hand? Severed hand perfectly preserved in the glove that encases it. It could come in handy if you could give yourself a hand and find a way to loosen and get the glove off. So probably use the rancid corn oil for that. Let's see. Saw something in the sausage grinder that can be removed with pliers. Okay. Fernando. Hey, Ludifex. How you doing? I was just saying a few minutes ago that this seemed like this game would be up your alley. I assume you've played it before? Oh, shit, it's an adventure game. Steel effects. No, I hear you for sure. Pull a warped key fob out of the sausage grinder. Not an ideal place for it. That probably gets me into the truck. Warped key fob would be useful if you could flatten it back to its original shape. Tried to do this by staring very hard at it. It didn't work, so you set out to find a tool that will do the job much better. plan work? It does. Loosened glove from severed hand, slightly disgusting. Once you manage to tear away from giving yourself an unending stream of high fives with this hand, you may want to find an actual use for it. It's not to start another round of high fives. Okay, well I know where to use the hand. It's one of the 3 things that presumably I need to beat the game. I need to find like a vice grip or something to use with this key fob. Don't think I can solve the wobbly wardrobe yet. Alright, none of these make sense. I think I'm pretty much done in the farmhouse other than the wardrobe right now. Just double check. If there was a vice, it would be down here. Yeah. I think that like disconnect between the time it seems that a game is taking and the time that it's implied the game is taking can often be interesting. Oh, it's this dude's too. Shovel handle. Completely useless for shoveling dirt, but helpful if you wanted to tip something over. Oh. I feel like the hints... I almost shouldn't read the hints on the items. Like, I can read the folio objects, but the items just tell you, use it here, you know? Nice. Tip the wardrobe over with a broken shovel handle. I'm trying to think, there's a game we played recently that makes a lot more sense if you assume that lots of time is passing in between missions. It never, like, outright says that. Mallets. Put the key fob there. Whack it with the mallet. Nice. You haven't smashed so perfectly flat, you can't help but toss it like a frisbee to see how far it goes. You regret your decision immediately. There's still some funny ones in there. Burnt lab reports. Butchery can't be read, but the words abject failure appear several times. So does hurt feelings, sentient corn stalks, and why did we do this? So you gotta get to the creepy Resident Evil lab that's underneath the farmhouse, right? Where they were making corn people. So I don't think that this key fob is the DNA thing that I need to get in. I think there's still a... This is maybe gonna get me to that DNA thing. Keep scoping this way. I didn't finish exploring it. Very cool statue. Goes to the windmill, but it's currently blocked. I feel like it's smart to block you from exploring too much. I guess it just being a, like, on-the-nose stack of boxes is a little silly, but it works. So they don't want you to see the corn people too much at the beginning. So let's see if this works on that door. 1 second. The descriptions are just for your fun, basically. Yeah, I don't think this game's meant to make sense. I think it's meant to just be silly and fun. Cute, quick little adventure game. Key does work. Beautiful. Oh, like it takes the whole hand.
Hey!
Jonathan Davis gonna pop out.
Hey!
Dialogue this late. This is great.
You must answer a riddle before you're allowed to enter. doctor and his son are in a car accident.
No, not that one. Say the one about the guy who hung himself with an ice block.
There's no subtitles.
That
We'll
one
see if I
away.
can adjust that
Answer
later.
this one. What animal walks on 4 legs in the morning?
That one's boring. I'm Riddle President today. I get to pick. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's like Monty Python. Or like Labyrinth.
Unclear on the election.
I didn't do
An empty bus pulls up to a stop and 10 people get on. At the next stop, 5 people get off, and twice as many people get on as at the first stop. At the third stop, 25 get off. So, which one of us is named Jim?
Am I Jim?
I thought he was Jim.
No, that's Bill. Where's Bill? You're Bill. Oh, that's right.
Terry
You
Gilliam
may as
didn't
well
have
enter
anything to
as
do
we
with this,
sort
did he?
all out. Let's hope you're better than the last one.
Nice. Terry Gilliam did make a video game. I forget the name of it. It's an adventure
watch
game
out
where you
for
play
our
as a
brother down
dragon.
there. He's a bit odd.
Let me see if I can turn on subtitles here. Oh, no dice. Bummer. Hi, Ted. Don't worry about it. Reset the elevator after a few more months of data. Whoever bought on food pellets, you'd have to get rid of them somehow. Told you to access elevator weeks ago. It takes hours for everyone to get in here because of your stupid experiment, moron. Cordially, Ted. I see. Press the button. You ate a stale pellet. I get it. Yay, I'm in the Skinner box. You just like straight up eat it. There we go. Amazing. Hooray! Alright, this game is getting like sillier by the minute. Bob P. McTavish Honorary Lobby. Bob, you're so very stupid. What about the term classified, don't you understand? Can't host tours, moron. Don't think I didn't notice you put one near the farmhouse. Classified. Hi, Ted. Don't worry, I got a good deal on it. Commission these statues in bulk. You at least spruce up the facility, especially for the tour. Be a big moneymaker. I think I was supposed to read those left to right. This makes more sense. You have the gall to commission a bronze statue of yourself. It'll cost us a fortune. Painted portrait. I see. So they do. I like Ted S. something Smith, founder. Okay. Eric Idle did a couple of Discworld games. I think Eric Idle was involved in that dragon game I'm talking about too. I think it was Terry Gilliam and Eric Idle. I'm trying to remember what it was called. Whoa. I want to say it was on the PS1. Fish shipment should be arriving today. Could you get Pal and put them in the tanks for me? Thanks. Bob, you dummy, there are thousands of water tanks here. Do you realize how much feeding these fish will cost? Okay. Kind of see the difference between Bob and Ted. Been playing too much Outer Wilds, where the game's equivalent of post-it notes are not positioned that way. Ted, exciting news. I got us a huge deal on jumpsuits. I got thousands in bulk at a fraction of the price. You idiot. You got a good deal on them because they're completely useless. Nobody can wear them. Cheap jumpsuit. I like the classic adventure game choice of, like, whenever you get to a new chapter or a new area, you carry over very few or none of the items that you had before. Reduces confusion. Oh, I'm just carrying the coat rack around. Good for hanging coats, unless it's placed upside down, in which case it's not effective at all. Made out of material that looks like it will fall apart at the mere thought of a gentle breeze. This jumpsuit should not be worn by anyone. Appears to be a report on the warfare readiness of the subject of Project Maize. The report states multiple times that sentient corn had no discernible method of raising or operating a military firearm and have a habit of taking naps right in the middle of the test. The term abject failure also appears all over the documents. Nice. I like the big goopy slug thing that was walking off in the distance. That was pretty whimsically creepy. Okay. So I'm building some kind of like rocket teddy bear in this room eventually. Stop playing your stupid games on my computer. It's screwing around with my AI experiments. Power strip. Old computer. Bobby, disgusting slob. Don't you know how to read? Stop eating in here. Cordially, Ted. Grippotron. I ran back where it was. I know you took it and hid it in that stupid spot of yours. Guidebook of Redacted. An official guidebook for a tour of the research facility. A large portion of the text inside has been redacted. 20 pages are fully dedicated to the giant vats, and mostly repeat the frame that the vats are very large and contain things that should stay in very large vats. Okay. So that one already. Hi, Ted. Latest brochure back from the press. Take a look. It'll boost the tour. First, you're an idiot. The brochure is stupid. Second, for the last time, no tours. There's some cool art objects in this game. We put some work into it. The future is redacted. I'm going to make the stupid brochure, at least add my name to it. We're co-research heads. Hi, Ted. Really sorry, but the final print's been done and sent off. Binders of the Maze. God, Johan. Reading comprehension of a 5-year-old. This is a top-secret facility. I thought that was about to be the wow now 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 the Close Encounters tone. Hey Ted, noticed you took down the painting in the lobby. Thanks, I had a little blemish on it. No sweat though, there's another one. Be a pal and put it up, would you? Like I said, great work on the art objects in this. How many of these did you order? And why is my face on the horse? Bob seems like a really fun guy. Ted seems pretty stuck up. Cheeseburger wrapper. Originated from a local fast food restaurant, the nutritional information on the wrapper proudly proclaims, now 100% salmonella free. There are, no exaggeration, thousands of these wrappers littering the facility. But a very fetching mustard stain on this particular one sparked you to pick it up. Let me guess, this must be Bob's office. A military backpack, huh? Carry lots of things, none of which come to your mind at this particular moment. Screwdriver. Bob's favorite screwdriver used to pry open Bob's secret storage spot. It's completely useless for removing screws, but makes a nice ping noise when tapped against the metal railing. What if I use the word stuck up to describe Bob? Bob, you disgusting slob. Until you cleaned up after yourself, I'm blocking your entrance to the bathroom. I'm tired of calling in the hazmat team every week. Abbott and Costello. Comedy duo thing going on here.
Let us pose another query. If a tree falls in the woods, does it make a sound?
Interesting conundrum. What kind of tree?
Fir.
Can it talk?
Yes, but only after lunchtime.
Is it wearing a lot of bells?
Some, but not many.
Is it in a glass house?
Naturally.
I have it. It does make a sound, but since it's a tree, it's too stupid to notice.
Correct!
Well done.
Pretty good. God, something about the way the game opened, I was not expecting the corn to be creepy corn monsters. Major improvement over the Sketcher 2000, and it features the ability to actually draw lines instead of instructing children to stare at the screen and imagine the drawing in their minds. I feel like using it to draw a large face, only your fascination with foreheads. It's one of my favorite Futurama jokes. I always got this golden toilet in the bathroom. It's funny. Two toilets facing each other. The Futurama joke where, like, Zap Brannigan's like, Kiff, clear my schedule, and he takes out the Etch-a-Sketch and shakes it. Ugh. Okay, we got a ton of items now. Let me go back to all the stuff we've seen already. See what we can interact with. I don't think I could do anything with the statue. Okay, there we go. Use portrait as inspiration for the worst facial sketch in the world. Completely awful. This terrible effort pretty much confirms you'll never ever ever have a career in drawing portraits. Wonderful. I think we're not intended to get back out of here, yeah. Oh, there's all the brochures. Flashy brochure that appears to be part of the proposed tour of the facility, which includes what Bob thought a modern child looked like. Most of the brochures are redacted, except for the walking sentient corn on the front. Makes sense. Trying to figure out how I'm going to use this like awful Etch-a-Sketch of the sky. It looks like they actually used an Etch-a-Sketch to make that drawing too. I wonder if they just had their artist do that. We are going to have a ball. Bunch of kids' names. There's the teddy bear. Soviet knockoff of a famous American teddy bear, which has a variety of friendly Russian sayings when powered up. Its name is Vladdy, according to the tag. It looks grumpy. Wonderful. Be ready for a great year. Is this where they train the corn people? Following directions? Yeah, possibly. Can't open that door. I'm gonna get back in the room with the teddy bear project. Here we go. Let's put the military backpack. The gripper thing. Need to figure out what that last item is. This computer's old. You get a sense you could use an upgrade, and you spend several moments trying to figure out what the word upgrade means. Oh yeah, just here. Really, it's more of a keyboard, isn't it? So to use something on the old computer, figure out what. Do I need to get like a floppy disk? Or is that the whole computer actually? Like a Commodore? Let me keep looking. So I need to use the screwdriver somewhere, apparently. Oh, the corn guy's left. Interesting. This interpreted memo, government from the U.S., or the memo from the U.S. government, excuse me, directed to a secret research facility, name of which is redacted. It contained an incomprehensible directive to do something with corn, including an even more incomprehensible sum of money for the budget. The year of the memo was 1983. Like it. Shift schedule. Schedule outlining the work shifts of the entire facility. Most notable are the shifts for the two founders. They are completely opposite of each other. That makes sense. Invoice for an opulent bathroom. I'm not paying for this. The invoice for this incredibly extravagant bathroom calls for marble steps leading up to 2 extravagant toilets and a sink encrusted with gold. Costs in the hundreds of thousands. Ted left it on Bob's toilet seat with a very pointed statement on financial culpability. I love that Bob wanted to be able to poop while staring at Ted pooping on a golden toilet. The chandelier in this room is great, too. I don't know how you managed to copy my bathroom key, but good God, how many cheeseburgers do you eat, you slob? Okay, still gotta find where to use the screwdriver. You know, there's a secret hiding spot somewhere. Just make sure that, 100% sure that nothing works with the computer. Use English muffin with computer. Makes perfect sense. Throw baby. We gotta play Peasant Quest on stream at some point. I dearly miss Homestar Runner. Serve power mode active. Yeah. Be sure to steal and copy the key, then remove everything blocking the door. Here's a new room. Exercise room. Dumbbell. Oh, folio. Try as you might, you aren't able to lift this more than 2 times in quick succession, and yet somehow you continue to carry it with you wherever you go. They did a good job of populating these environments with both functional keyhole items and lore objects. Reward you for exploring. The only way this report could sound more triumphant is if trumpets were blared every time it was read. Explains the very promising results after examining one of the new sentient corn stalks. a breed of ruby queen corn that shows high levels of intelligence. Glosses over the fact that this specimen is somehow female, which was apparently impossible under the genetic protocol the facility used to create them. Okay, Jurassic Park. Broken mirror. Sweaty headband. Sweaty headband imbues the wearer with the ability to walk at a slightly brisker pace than normal for short periods of time. It's not worth the risk. I think that's my favorite joke in the game so far. Very small rock. A nondescript rock. Run-of-the-mill rock with no defining features whatsoever, discerned from the billions of other rocks currently in existence. Its name is Maribel. Oh dang, this ended up being a pretty useless dead end, huh? I guess I've got the sweatband. I don't know what I would use it on of the objects I've already seen. Sure I'm not missing anything before I leave this room. Double checking that I got everything in here. Winking corn. Oh, I did miss this, wow. Oh, but it wasn't special. Nondescript children's block adorned with letters and numbers, and you spend a long time trying to figure out which is which. Eventually you sort it out, but the number 5 still fools you every now and then. I have a feeling that the main character in this game is a stalk of corn. I guess we'll find out. It's all on the roof. That Mitch Hedberg joke. It's like, why is it called corn on the cob? Like, that's how it is by default. Every other form should be called corn off the cob. Okay, I don't see why that would work, but decided to try it anyway. So I probably have to crouch somewhere to find where to use the screwdriver. I think that's the last thing I gotta do. Where would his hiding place be? It would make sense if it's in his office, right? Well, I think we found the screwdriver in the office, so maybe not. Useless for removing screws, makes a nice big noise of tapping against a metal railing. It has secret in quotes, which seems to suggest it can't be that secret, right? There's that painting again. They definitely had some fun on the art team. Definitely a suspicious bookcase here. Doesn't appear to be anything to do with it, though. All this tasteful wood paneling everywhere. Dude really is a slob. So I've checked all the rooms a couple times. I think I'm just at a critical path point. There's like one item that I need. If someone in chat has an idea or has seen a room I could go to that maybe has progress, I wouldn't mind a tip. No, we were talking about him being a slob for the whole game. It's not in our room. Okay, thanks. One of the hallways, perhaps. I suppose it's possible I've already seen it. A fake slob? I mean, he's got the thousands of cheeseburger wrappers all over the place. I missed this. It's for a large amount of jumpsuits. They all have the name Mitchell embroidered across the breast. Only come in size quadruple XL. Word defective appears a few times in print. I don't think it's out in this main hallway. I think I've looked at all the desks and chairs and stuff. Wouldn't be that way because that's a room. Communal grotto. The big one? I mean, it could be a trash can, but none of them are glowing when I look at them. Oh, I see. Wasn't walking close enough to it. Heads up, I put your RAM right here. This way it gets less dusty. Has to be at least 6, maybe 7 bytes of RAM. I figure that's the most bytes in any bit of RAM ever. Search for a computer to upgrade it with. Oh, not the slightest bit of it. Old computer has been upgraded. It's not your best work. Here we go. It did, but I just didn't see that part of the wall.
Something on Vlad's face? Why you not talk? Do you understand? Understand what Vladdy is saying. Butso boy, you're a big idiot. How you survive by being stupid? Fine, Vladdy help. Oi, grai sominoi. Huh? What is this on Vlad's back? This makes no sense. All of this is very stupid. So, where we go?
You have acquired Vladdy. Prepare to be insulted forever. Okay. Future Marstead, you just got to what feels like a chapter.
To settle a debate on taking naps. Oh my god, what is that?
What is Plant saying?
Is that a...
It is.
It's a helicopter!
What? Da?
Give me a ride, Mr. Helicopter.
No, give me a ride.
We can all fit just climbing.
Moj luši drug, Butso boy, poigri so mnjoj. Čitanje veselo!
What a rude contraption.
Well, if you're just going to be like that.
Right. We completely forgot. We have a message for you.
It's very important.
You should hit the showers.
What's a shower?
I have no idea.
Hit the
Muddy
showers.
does not like it here.
Right. Future Marstead, you've got this new Russian teddy bear. The new path that's open to you is the showers, which is in the gymnasium, which is on the end of one of these paths. So go to the gym and you should be able to progress from there. Cool. Thanks, Death Johnson. We'll go ahead and get ready with the next subplot game here. Hopefully that's saved. Let me just double check here. Oh, looks like it just has a chapter select. Perfect.